Noah in Austin, Texas. Shout out your way. We also hear from Ryan in Chicago, Illinois. Great reception. Abby in Houston, Texas. Currently tuned in on 4840 kilohertz. Tony in Dublin, Ireland. Says I'm really enjoying the show as I wake up. Greetings to Jeremy in Atlanta, Georgia. Says listening now during the graveyard shift. Noah in Austin, Texas. Talks in. Hello to Alexander. Says I'm a New Yorker. Listening in from Texas. Matthew in Central Massachusetts. Checks in. I'd also like to say hello to Nick, tuning in from Queens, New York. Madison in Montana says, how many of these emails do you get? It most definitely varies. It fluctuates from one show to the next, but generally speaking, the amount of emails averages in the hundreds. And in the years I've been doing this show, the total amount of correspondence I know has very badly exceeded 100,000. Definitely far more than that at this point. So, the short answer to your email, lots, and the long answer is less, but it can vary from one day to the next. But the most important thing is that because this broadcast goes out on the short wave, I have no way of knowing anyone even listens in. So that's why these emails are so important. Plus, of course, it keeps the show going. It sends in some lovely requests. It's fun to hear from listeners. It's fun to give the shout-outs. And I know a lot of listeners find it fun to hear all the different shout-outs, too. Let's squeeze in a few more. Hello to Max, listening in from St. Paul, Minnesota, on a portable radio. Robbie in Indianapolis, Indiana, tuned in on 4840 kilohertz. Steve in Harrison, Arkansas, listening in, good signal. Jonathan in San Jose, California is tuned in. Hello to Adonis in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Duncan in Fort Collins, Colorado, says I'm loving the show. Hello to Angie in South Central, Pennsylvania. Bill in Indianapolis, Indiana, clear signal on Sea Crane, Skywave Radio, 4840. Hello to Brian in Central Alabama, listening on a Radionette V115 receiver. Very good signal. Barbara in the Chicagoland area is checking in. I'd also like to say hello to Jack, listening from Charlotte, North Carolina. Elite Traveler receiver, 4840. Hello to Phil in San Diego, California. Dell in New York. Mike in Detroit, Michigan. Greetings to Connor, first-time listener. Paul in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, listening on his X-Stage data receiver. Shout out to Tristan in Wilmington, Ohio. Joanne in San Diego, California, listening on 4840 kilohertz. We hear from an anonymous listener in Buckeye, Australia, tuned in as well. I'd like to say hello to Violet in Moldova, Jeannie in Harmony, Pennsylvania, listening on a Texan TL880 receiver. And I'd like to give a shout out to Patricia in Iowa, tuning in with a good signal. So great to hear from all of you out there listening into the podcast. It's a feedback that really keeps this broadcast going. As I mentioned earlier, it provides a wonderful request. And it really gives me that motivation and inspiration to get to the microphone here twice a week, every week, to do this broadcast. We hear from Barrett in Southeast Idaho. Nice to hear the connection.